I'm glad I can share this with you. I am in my car because my daughter is at karate right now, and I'm glad you found the recording. As a reminder, as this is still a recording, you can still share this by iPhone users. Swipe to the right, click share. When you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the share button. Also, if you're an Android, swipe up and click share. Now, the thing also is you can watch my videos, but you may not be following me. So make sure that you are following me. Again, iPhone user, swipe to the right, click share. Android, or sorry, the follow me button, and Android, go up. And now I'm glad we've got some people jumping on, and I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm sitting in my car. I am not driving. I am parked at the dojo, my karate studio, where my daughter is in doing her karate lessons. And I've only got about 15 minutes, so this is going to be a short scope. So make sure you tell your friends. Again, if you are just jumping on, thanks so much. Glad to have you here, as well as some of you guys coming in. Amber, Kristen, glad to see you. Trey's still here. Good. I don't think Trey left from last night. Tara Carr told you to watch me. Awesome. Cool. Kim, glad to see you here. Lance. Awesome. Lance, you're here too. Good. I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm hoping that title definitely is piquing your interest. Yeah, I did beat someone up, and I'll tell you the story about it and give you an idea about it, because I wanted to make sure that this, of course, is something that is of value for you. We're going to get started in about 20 seconds, and just as we got people rolling in here, I'll get into the meat of it all. I'm going to be talking about how I beat someone up, and wondering if you're scared about that too. I want to share that with you. My name is Christine Dwyer, and I work in the health and fitness industry. I am a fitness instructor, a professional fitness professional as well, meaning I'm the trainer to the trainers, and I am the one that makes people be the ones that certify people. But I also run my own independent contractor business aligned with a health and fitness company to help people in their fitness journey. But predominantly where my income comes from is being a leadership developer, teaching people how to be an entrepreneur themselves and developing an independent contracting business themselves. Glad to have you guys here. And I am going to get us rolling in this topic. As I said, I've only got 15 minutes and my daughter is done with her Taekwondo. So I hope the title is got you peaked. And as a reminder, you gotta please give me some love, and you're gonna consistently tap the screen, and you can just tap multiple times. You're gonna see the fluttering of the hearts come up over here. That lets the broadcaster know. That gives basically like thumbs up, approvals, yes, holla. Like that's what that is. So for those of you who are not sure what hearts are you multiple times throughout the broadcast showing that you like this. This is information that you can use. What my topic is about fear. The action of fear is what holds a lot of people back from actually taking steps in their businesses, and also with taking big changes in their lives, making big changes in your lives, getting out of a relationship, changing jobs, doing something you've never done before. Fear holds us back. And how do you get over it? I want to share with you a quick story about how I beat someone up to get over that. And I'm not over it. So the thing is with fear is we are so challenged with trying to figure out exactly how to get started. We don't want to fail. We want to be perfect, and we want to make sure that what we do, people are going to like, and nobody's going to laugh at me. Like, we really want to make sure that what we're doing is actually going to help someone. And so we hold ourselves back because we just want to step out in front and be perfect. Sorry, you can't be perfect. Success is not perfect. Success is those who take forward motion. You just have to decide you're going to take some small step forward, and that, of course, is going to make changes in your life. I said it last night in my scope last night. If you're following me, Brian Tracy says you're either moving forward or you're falling backwards. So where are you in your life? Are you complacent? Are you running through the same routine every day because you're scared to take that step? Being an entrepreneur is a scary step. So I'll share this small part of the story, not the part where I'm going to beat someone up, but I went to college for medical x-ray, so radiography. And that's what I went to college for. And I got a job, finally. I got a job in a level 1 trauma hospital in Syracuse, New York, and I worked there. And then following there, I couldn't stand that job. I was trying to get out, and I got off into the medical industry of sales and applications. And I did that for years. Now, that's a pretty stable job in a sense where I was working with my business mentor, and he was someone that I really trusted. And I don't like my hair. I should tie it back. I'm going to tie it back. It's too frizzy with the light. He was a mentor. I trusted him, and he always wanted to make sure, because he knew what type of a person I was, that I was a hard worker. I was always going to deliver quality work, that no matter where he was going, he always wanted to make sure that he was finding a place for me to be able to work with him as well. And that's actually what ended up happening. I finally got out of the hospital and I started working with him, and we just, meshed, and we worked well together. He left that company and went to another company, and in the course of that other company growing, which was from South Africa, I then moved over with him as that company as well. The scariest decision in my life was actually quitting the job that I went to college for. So quitting the job I went to college for to depend on a fitness job actually being my sole source of income. So I was working with my mentor in a medical digital x-ray equipment company. I was making a base salary of $50,000, but I was also able to make commissions and bonuses when I would sell a system. And the systems that I would sell were $500,000 systems. So for instance, I sold one over in New Jersey to UMNDJ, I can't remember, over Newark. And that's a $500,000 product that I would sell, and I'd make commissions on that. So my potential for income was there. I held myself back in that business, and I'm not talking about that story, but I'm talking about leaving what I went to college for. I was scared to drop that job to go work for a full-time fitness company, because fitness is not a real job according to a lot of other people. Obviously it is, considering that's now my full source income. So it was really scary to let go of my degree that I painfully scraped through college to get, which was really hard for me. I don't like to study, and I kind of just got right on by. That was really a challenging, scary step to do. I did it though, because the biggest reason why I did do it was the person I was aligning myself up with, I felt safe with, I trusted, and I knew that they had my interest at best. And so I knew that I was going to be safe, and that whatever happens, I'm going to be okay, because there's going to be opportunity, be it with this new mentor that I was going to work for or my old mentor. My old mentor would easily find and take me back in 2 seconds. I knew that. So I was safe. So making a change where I was getting rid of my college degree was scary, but I was safe, and I said, I'm doing it. Little did I know, this was back in 2004, that decision was going to be the decision that changed the rest of my life. And not knowing that the opportunity that I had becoming an independent contractor with Beachbody as a team Beachbody coach in 2008 was actually going to be the deciding factor that has ultimately changed my life, my husband's life, and our kids' lives. That I did not plan for. But that wouldn't have happened if I didn't choose the original mentor and start working for them full-time in 2004. So that's the first scary step that I did. That, of course, you never know. I didn't plan for this success. I knew I was going to be successful. I knew I was going to be living comfortable, average. I didn't expect to be living at the level I live now, where I don't have to check a bank account to go buy a major process. I can easily go to Target and drop $1,000 and who cares? We all know Target, we spend $1,000 now. It used to be you spend $100, then it moved up to $500. Now seriously, you can't get out spending so much there. I don't have to check that out because I thankfully made that decision where I knew I was going to be okay. So the first tip here, before I kind of jump into the beat up story, is align yourself with people that they have the vision, they've got the track record, and they have your interest in the best of their hearts as well. When you align yourself up with the right people, trust it, because you don't know where you're going to go. But if this person has a person that has the track record proving success and helping other people have success, you can't help but have opportunity come up. So this is the thing. You don't know what your opportunity is right now. And you just have to decide to go for it. Just go for it. So my story, I beat someone up, and I really did in real life. I mean, seriously, this is in Taekwondo. So I really did get in brawling fights. Like seriously, crazy ex-girlfriend jumping me in a parking lot when I was dating her ex. I mean, yeah, I was on the ground brawling before. I'm a scrappy girl. I grew up in the country and I was a tomboy. So of course I got in lots of fights. I used to fight boys all the time. But this one's an adult fight in my 40s. So as I'm 40 years of age, I decided to join Taekwondo. So the reason why I decided to do it, of course, my son was doing it when we moved to Texas from New York. We put him in at 5 years of age, and he did it. And then my daughter turned 4. We put her in. And then my husband said, well, I want to do it because I want to, push myself and do something. And then the dojo here, they're like, hey, fitness girl, we know you could do good. I was like, I don't want someone telling me where to be. I just want to have my own schedule and time of it. So he then convinced me to get started. I said, I will do it, but I will not bank on being at certain classes. I'm not going to do whatever. I just wanted to do it on my own time. Well, this is where fear comes into it. So if you follow any martial arts, obviously there's so many different forms out there. The one that I do is Taekwondo. So Taekwondo, what you have to do, of course, is you're learning routines. We call them forms. So in my mind, I'm like, I got that, no big deal, because I'm a group fitness instructor. I'm a trainer. I learned a dance routine. I make up dance routines in 2 seconds. I can make this up, no problem. And that's actually was the case because I've been teaching kickboxing for so many years. I mean, I don't even know how many years, 20 plus years teaching kickboxing, turbo kick for 15. I already knew all the form of roundhouse and side kicks and all that type of stuff. So I knew a lot of that. I just needed to tweak the form to match their martial art form. So the technique, my flexibility, my athleticism, learning choreography, the forms, no problem. I'll nail that. But the other parts, sparring, where you have to beat someone up. You put on gear and you go to town. And it's whoever gets the points, tactical points, is the person that wins. And combat weapons, where you're beating someone up with a weapon. So I'll do that in class. Here's where the scary, fearful part comes in. So I just turned into the belt level where you can start fighting. And I signed up for a competition local here in Texas. So I'm going to be fighting other women who are in my age group, of course. And I went to do this fight without really having any practice. Freaking scared. I walked into this competition knowing I'm going to win first place for forms. I'm going to, because nobody's got what I can do with this stuff. No one. And I did. I won first place. And the sparring side freaked me out. Very, very scared because I wasn't very technical yet with it. And I also have injury in my back that is a long process with a fractured spine and all that stuff. But I'm always very cautious because of impact, and I just don't want to debilitate myself. So I was cautious about my physicality with my back, but then also not being technically trained and not knowing what to do. Also, then doing my first competition and not knowing these women, like they're not the ones that I fight here in the dojo. Like, I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea what to expect. I just had to put my gear on and do it. I just had to do it. And did I win? No. I got, I want to say 3rd place in sparring that first time. And in the combat, I got out the first round. I probably did something where I got disqualified or something like that. I don't know what I did. I have a habit for punching people in the head, which you're not supposed to do. I just do. I can't help it. But I try not to, of course. So that was my first competition. Freaking really scared. Really scared. I am not technical at it. It's that part of this that gives me the butterflies. That I'm nervous to do it. But I know I have to. I have to step forward and do it because the only way to do it is, and to get better, is to keep doing it. So that couple months later, I then qualified because of winning the first place in forms and 3rd place in the sparring. I qualified to compete for the Southern USA district competitions. So these are the whole southern states. We all come together, whoever placed, and now you compete for the title. So it's not the world title, but it's the next level down. It's districts. So the districts here. So I competed, and I, of course, got first place districts in my forms, and I didn't place for sparring. So I didn't get first place for that. So for 2014, I was the Southern USA District Forms Champion, and that's what I achieved. Fast forward a year now again. I'm in the same thing. I don't go to Taekwondo very much because I'm very busy, and I only go at a limited time. For instance, I've gone to 2 classes in 66 days because I just can't get there. So I went through this process again. May comes around, and I'm now competing again for districts again. Now, I'm going in, fighting in my forms, as well as sparring and also weapons. And do you know what happens facing your fear when you just keep putting yourself in uncomfortable positions? Do you know what happens? I'll tell you what happens. I brought it. This is what happens. This says District Champion 2015. And that's my badges. First place in forms, in sparring, and in weapons. Because I decided to challenge myself and step up to the fear and to be able to just put myself in uncomfortable positions. But more so, this is the biggest critical point, is put myself against other people who are good at what they do. Because the only way you can get better is when you align yourself up with someone who is better than you. So when I come to practice here, the other day on Monday, I came to class. Do you know who I had to fight in sparring? I had to fight a kid, and I'm not lying. He's 15 years old. He is 6'8". 6'8", and I'm 5'3", and I had to fight him. And the instructors there were making fun of it because they're like, his legs are long. And I'm like, I don't care. He's just a tree. He's just a tree. That's all it is. And all you got to do is face your fears and go for it. So that's my message for today. And if you guys have any questions, I'd love to ask you any or answer any questions for you all. Struggling to find a good mentor? Well, you don't necessarily have to personally work with someone one-on-one. You can do it just like this. Virtual mentors definitely are ones that you want to align yourself up with because they give out their information willingly. Thank you so much for that. I can't read your name. I'm the light Baker Mom, I think it was. Thank you. I appreciate that. Any other questions? I would love to answer them about facing fear, building your confidence, and stepping forward and doing what you want to do. Can you open Platinum Edge like a badass doing moves? I don't know. I'd have to fight someone. So anyone want to fight me? Appreciate that. What weapons do I train on? So right now I just fight on combat weapons, but the next competition I actually want to do the bow staff just because I used to do color guard. So I thought that would be an easy, impressive one. And I watched the competition and I'm like, I can beat that. So that's all you got to do. If you haven't made much money, how can you be reputable to others? Definitely the message, of course, is not going to be about how to be reputable. This is about just stepping forward and facing your fears. So your fears of getting out there and just proving what you're doing is something that you're very passionate about, and you're going to make a success no matter what, how long it takes. You just got to keep forward and going doing that, and don't worry about what other people are thinking. Your delivery, how you maintain and hold yourself, and how you put yourself out there for consistency tells the story. Color guard, yes. I was the majorette for it, and I was also the twirler. I didn't master the gun, though. I didn't master the gun. Awesome. I'm glad this has helped some of you guys. Again, just a little story for the day. And I thank you so much, Lauren, for following. That's awesome. I'm glad that we are helping both of y'all. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Short message. So I'm going to be actually jumping back on tonight, of course, and I want to, of course, give you guys some topics. I did say I was going to talk about how to schedule time. I may or may not be talking about that tonight, so I hope you still jump on nonetheless, but I don't want all my scopes to be 50 plus minutes long, so the time management one might be a longer one, so I'm trying to go for shorter ones tonight just because, again, I don't want you guys constantly being on obsessively long ones. Thanks so much, Katie. Really appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys, again, giving me your time as well. All right, get on, face your fears. It is scary. You're going to have butterflies. You are going to fail. You are going to get disqualified, but guess what? In the end, if you keep aligning yourself up with the right people and keep putting yourself in that scary zone and keep putting yourself up against those big trees, you are going to get better. Just believe that you are always going to get better. Thanks, guys.